Hey guys, what's up? Alex here. Today we're here to talk about F1 2014 and possibly why it wasn't on the next gen consoles, because I've been looking around, a lot of people have been talking about it, so I thought I might make a video. I don't know whether it's going to be entirely correct or not, but I just voiced my opinion on why they probably decided, against going for next gen for F1 2014, because let's be honest, they could definitely have gone for next gen if they wanted to, but obviously reasons why they didn't. So I'm going to try and talk about my opinions why, and we'll see throughout this video. But of course, if you have any comments, leave them down in that comment section down below. I'm sure you guys are a lot more knowledgeable about me. A lot of you guys look at the forums and stuff, which I need to look, start looking at the like Codemasters forums and stuff, because there's lots of great stuff on there, and I really want to start actually looking at them, but I just never remember to. So in the background, actually, before we get into this video, just some sprint mode from F1 2013, and it's all going to go horribly wrong any second now. You turn into the corner and a side port glitch around with the Ferrari, which isn't too good whatsoever in the first couple of corners, but at least it gives me time to fight back. But anyway, let's talk about F1 2014 and why it wasn't on next gen. Well, we all know next gen consoles, the Xbox One, the PS4, have been out for nearly a year now. We're coming up to about, I think, the 10-month mark or so of the consoles being released. So they definitely could have been on the next gen, F1 2014, and as a lot of games have been. I mean, a lot of recent games like MotoGP 2014 is a great example. That was on the next gen consoles, and obviously that was a 2014 game as well. So I'm really thinking there must have been a really big reason why they stopped it, because when you think about it, there's a huge market on the next gen consoles which they're sort of cutting out for F1 2014. Obviously, whilst they sort of saved themselves in a way whilst announcing F1 2015 would be on the next gen, so that's saving them somewhat, saying that there will be an F1 game in the next 6 months or so that will be on next gen, so don't worry too much, guys. That's what I read into that, because if they didn't say that, then there would be a lot of people up in arms. But then again, I also think this is cutting out a lot of their market, not going to next gen. I mean, I'd rather they stuck to the old gen and it was really good than if they ported it over to next gen and it was terrible. So that's my first thought, that they're thinking it's probably going to be a bad port if we port it over, because they must have made a big decision about this about a year ago, whether they go next gen or not, because they all knew next gen was coming, but it's whether they decided to go for it or not. So they made the big decision not to go with next gen. They held it off on the decision to tell everyone right until the last minute, really. Otherwise, if they'd said it about 4 or 5 months ago that it was not going to next gen, I think a lot of people would have immediately switched off. But the fact that they managed to coincide the talking about F1 2015, I think it was lucky. They saved themselves there. I mean, obviously I'm a massive F1 fan. I'll buy every F1 game, as I said in yesterday's video. So, but I still would have liked it on next gen. I really, it's hard for me to say I'd only liked it on like old gen, because I really don't want to go back and play my Xbox 360. I'll get it on PC, this game, and hopefully get good with the wheel. That's my aim really through F1 2014, is to start playing it with the wheel and really start to learn that. But anyway, I've got a subject already, but yeah, I think the main reason is they thought that they probably wouldn't have had the best game if they ported it over to next gen. I don't know, obviously I don't have any inside information, I'm sure some people do, but I'm thinking it's just because they thought, well, this next gen port wouldn't be too good if we did it, so we'd rather just stick with the old generation of consoles, which a majority of people do have, and hopefully that will go all right for them, and I hope it does go all right for them. I mean, 2014 is still looking up to be a pretty decent game. I don't want to say anything like it's going to be an amazing game, it's going to be a terrible game, until I played it. Then I'll tell you my honest opinions about what the game is like, because I don't want to be broadcasting any sort of opinions of looks great, looks terrible, before I actually played it. That's why I've sort of sat on the fence with this one, because I know in the past I've even said it looks great, for games like, I don't know, what's a game I haven't played, maybe a good example is MotoGP 2014. I really liked the look of it, but then it came out and it was just a little bit samey. So yeah, I'll just sit on the fence with this one. I mean, I'm really, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not saying I don't looking forward to the game. I always look forward to F1 games. It's in terms of gaming, it's sort of the game I look forward to most in the year, just because year in year out it's the game I look forward to most, just because I'm a massive F1 fan. So yeah, I've really it was a bit of a weird video to make, this one, because I don't have a huge amount of information on why it's not on next gen. I haven't been reading the forums, as I said, so I'm sure you guys can enlighten me on what people are saying in there. But overall, it's good in some ways that it's not on next gen, bad in other ways that it's not on next gen. But I think the main reason that it's not on next gen is because they thought it wouldn't be a good port over, because they must have decided that it was, you know, they were focusing on like old generation consoles, and if they'd ported it over to next gen, it might have been like a half game in a way, and I really don't want that. So maybe it's for the best. Hopefully it's the best for the future of Formula 1 that this isn't on next gen. I think that's what we're all hoping. But until next time, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's been Axmad here. Goodbye.